Welcome to Is It Worth It? The series where I analyze upgrades across the game and judge, is it worth it? I look at all the feedback on these episodes, so thank you for all the support. For the next episode, I'm going to be covering Conscript Upgrades, so tell me in the comment what you like to see, and I might just cover it. But for our second episode, we're going to be covering the BA arm. After unlocking weapon racks, coming in at 60 munitions, this particular upgrade gives you a single BAR on whatever infantry of your choosing. What makes this episode especially hard to do is because there is a ton of infantry units to put the BAR on. Those units include, but are not limited to, bar fighters, bar rangers, bar troopers, bar echelons, bar vehicle crews, bar officers, bar medics, bar assault engineers, bar cavalry rifles, and probably the most important one, the bar riflemen. To fire the weapon, the user only has to be in range and facing the enemy. The BAR can be fired on the move and has excellent on the move accuracy. For DPS, the bar does about 14 at range 0 up until range 5. At range 35, the bar does about 4 DPS. A good thing about the bar is that it has really nice damage curves to stay competitive up until about range 20. There is no special variant of the bar, however there is a lot of units that can utilize the bar with different degrees of effectiveness. For example, Armor Company vehicle crews get Thompsons, and if you equip them with bars, they will be a very effective close range squad in terms of DPS. However, they are extremely fragile, and their veteran bonuses are practically non-existent in the combat side. Therefore, I will be narrowing down the list of candidates of acceptable bar users. Assault engineers are out. While they will get better mid-range DPS with the bar, the Flamer is just a much better option because it gives USF building clearing that USF generally lacks. Rangers are also out. This was a hard one because Rangers have 3 weapon slots which can theoretically be really deadly with 3 bars. However, keep in mind the massive 180 munition cost of equipping Rangers with 3 BARs. And even with 3 BARs, they are not out shooting paratroopers at max range with the para M1919s. In addition to the fact that BARs already have short range DPS as their really good benefit, well, Rangers have the Thompson, which outperforms the BAR at extremely close range from range 0 to range 5, and only 90 munitions upgrade for the Rangers. So it's really clear that it's not very worth it to put bars on Rangers. Paratroopers are also out. I don't think anyone would be choosing double bars over double M1919s for the paratroopers. And if you want better close range damage, the Thompsons are also there as an option. Cav rifles. This is actually a tough call to make. I would say definitely equip Cav rifles with a bar in the super late game. However, starting out, the close range DPS of the Cav rifles is supplemented by its grease guns and the Thompson upgrade. Vehicle crews. Just know, these guys are gonna die faster than a Jeep to a King Tiger. Rear echelons. Actually, yes. If you don't want anti-tank duties on the echelons, bringing a bar on them can help them vet faster and also be competitive versus every other engineering squad in the game. I think they can also outshoot a Grand squad at short range. Rear echelons are on the low priority of bar list, but also think about putting one on them sometimes. But if you have the option, put an M1919 on those rear echelons instead. Pathfinders. The major weakness of Pathfinders is its fragility and high reinforcement cost. Giving them 2 bars won't solve that issue, but goddammit, it jacks up their combat performance up to sky high, so it might well be very worth it to put them with double bars right away. Riflemen and officers. There's no better recipient of a BAR than the Rifleman squad. Their veteran bonuses and effective range make the bar a straight boost to their abilities. Prioritize riflemen for bars over officers as riflemen get better vet. Don't put a bar on the major unless you've literally run out of any squads to put it on. Because USF doesn't have a non-doctrinal elite infantry unit, and it's very important to keep riflemen competitive with enemy infantry with BARs. However, most USF call-ins and elite infantries already have their own upgrades, which are superior to the bars. This makes the bar less important for those units, and you can play around those units with their specific upgrades in different doctrines. But you want the BAR to be competitive with things like STG Volks or MG42 Grants. In addition, because of the abundance of unit upgrades in the USF arsenal, the bar is in direct competition for munitions versus everything else. So keep this munition balance in mind when equipping your units with bars. Prioritization for anti-infantry munition usage should probably look like this. You want to do your elite infantry upgrades first, then veteran rifles with bars, and then non-rifle with bars, and then other units. Keep in mind this is only for anti-infantry munition usage, and if you need bazookas at any point of the game, get your anti-tank first. I'll recommend a simple build order involving full utilization of the bar. You want 3 rifles to start, a lieutenant, into a 50 cal, into a steward. Buy your ambulance anywhere along the way when you feel like you need healing. After the steward, keep it alive, but also purchase weapon racks. The reason we go weapon racks after the steward is because of munition income timing. You can hit a really hard power spike with the steward and the BARs at around the same amount of time. Upgrade your units with bars, and if possible, get double bars on your most veteran riflemen. Use your double bar rifleman as a flanker because you don't want it to be pinned by MGs. It's really hard to tell actually which rifle has double bars in the heat of battle, so use that to your advantage. After weapon racks, invest in another MG and stall for Jackson. That is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the content and want more, be sure to subscribe and like the video. Keep in mind, I do read every comment, so if you have any suggestions, please post it down there. I will get back to you. So stay tuned for the Conscript Upgrades video, and ciao.